Okay, hi guys. This is Waifu Wars episode 2. Um, we haven't made any videos in a while because it was my fault. We recorded episode 2 actually on the JP format, but I had audio problems because I used a bad microphone or headphones and stuff. So, this week we're gonna actually do 2 episodes. But for episode 2, we're gonna do it on the English format still. So, if you guys haven't noticed, I'm Beanley, and the introduction question is, who was the last person you taught Weiss Schwarz to? And the last person I taught Weiss Schwarz to was my boyfriend actually. So, yeah.
This guy claps so pathetic.
I mean, he played Titans though, so yeah.
Oh.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
I told you it's on the list.
Okay. I'm Jenna, and the last person I taught Weiss Schwarz to was my cat.
And you're the cat one, right?
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah,
Beginner's luck.
it was a good fight, but you know. Ow, please.
And my name is Enrique. The last person I taught Weiss to was Beanley, because he's a bad player, and I showed him how to play Hot Girl Akashi in Kantai instead of bad Shimikaze.
Yo.
What's up, guys? I'm Greg. The last person I taught Weiss to was myself because I'm still a scrub and I don't know shit about the game.
Hey, that sounds like Dayton. Wait. Oh, there's his message. What do you mean?
Okay, so for the viewers out there, I started doing this new format. It's like an agenda that I did for student government for my school. So this is more like a cleaner format, and I hope you guys like it. So this is the open forum. Open forum is just like a quick comments. Like if you guys have any quick comments or points you would like to make before we get started. So do you guys have anything to say?
I spent $300 on 3 plus 2 soul Little Busters climaxes, and I'm not sure how I feel about my life right now. So
It's okay. It was worth it.
Just wait till, you need to actually buy something.
just wait until I win the next tournament I attend to.
If I had anything to say, it would be that after this podcast, I'm going to be locking myself into a time capsule so that I can wake up tomorrow and have Osamatsu-san be out.
Yo, I can't wait for tomorrow to play Persona.
Before we start, Chino is love, Chino is life.
Okay. So we're moving on to old business. This section is going to be where any past events that happened to us, like if we want to bring up anything that happened at locals, so or anything in general. So we're going to start off with Cinderella Girls. So how was SP tourney for your locals, you guys?
It sucked. There wasn't an SP. They lied.
Yeah,
It's very true.
yeah,
It's kind of disappointed about this.
the false advertising for Bushy Road was kind of stupid. Like how it says an SP tourney, but no one actually won an SP, which was based off a boost. You get booster packs.
Yeah, I don't know if they were expecting for every store to get a case and just give a case topper out. I don't know if that was their plan.
Mm-hmm.
But it was definitely false advertisement, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean the Ronco deck box was nice.
Oh yeah, there's no reason for them to be sold for $30 still. So
Yeah, it's still literally inflated, but
it's no reason. It should be like 10. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Whoever paid 30, they played themselves.
with the SP tourney, I think what color would you guys say was the most best color to play? I think it was either red or yellow.
Literally,
Basically,
everyone
whatever-
played blue, so I have no clue.
Yeah, everyone played blue because of the
base-
rim. The one of one.
Basically, whatever color you wanted to build in actual IMAS was the best color because you got stuff for your deck made.
Oh, yeah.
possibly.
As for playing in 2 completely different areas, when we played the first one at midnight release, it was red that won,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And
The last
the final game was red versus yellow
for our locals or the one in Orlando.
for our locals here.
No. It was actually both red. It was a mirror match. There was 2 reds in the final.
Okay, and then Orlando we had red yellow we had yellow blue as a final.
That's interesting.
Yes. So overall, best color is blue because blue's best.
Yeah, blue has
so I
good
didn't-
utility.
It's red. It's definitely red.
I didn't actually attend this event. What was the payout, if anything? If you
You
won?
just won packs for your win.
Yeah, and a
But you
free
got a shot
duck
there.
box.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
free deck box. That was really it.
Also,
Okay.
the best color in IMAS is clearly the original Idolmasters. Like, come on.
Alright, you're such a bad player.
I'm sorry, I like better girls.
I'm sorry, you're completely wrong.
Anyway, back to the actual cards and their abilities. and
How were the
relevant they are.
how were the polls for you guys for your locals?
I don't remember exactly.
I
what the record-
mean, I pulled best girl that night, so well, my friend did. He pulled it for me.
Oh no, wait, sorry, you pulled useless girl. Pretty sure Minami is useless.
Okay,
He
whatever.
still literally made the most money possible from SP though.
Yeah, from just 2 boxes.
Did you sell it though?
No, but I mean, he didn't have to pay for it.
Yeah, because I want to max out my deck.
Did you sell it? I'm being your mom. Did you sell the card?
Did you sell the card?
That's how every mom is. Oh mom, I pulled a $300 card. Did you sell it already? No.
I know in Orlando they ripped out a case, right? Like,
Yeah, it
Just
was
for the
stripped.
case.
Yeah.
Full case. And then
It's
there was like
just-
another
it's
full
just-
case
yeah.
taken out. That whole rest
And
of the...
freaking John. You guys know John Yu, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
He freaking bought like 5 boxes in a Meister set, I think.
It was 6
It was
boxes.
it was something crazy.
He bought... No, I think he bought literally half a case.
Yeah. And I'm not sure about polls were, but Joe was at the tournament. It was this past Sunday, and he just had a front row full of SPs. So I mean, during the tournament game, it was
He
pretty
doesn't
funny.
even like CG.
Yeah.
Alright, back onto topic.
Well, that's why I also want to go on to is like with SP, like the SP pools. I feel like despite Minami being the most expensive English SP for like a Cinderella girls, like Anastasia is still really hard to pull like the SP.
Yeah, I think Anastasia's the hardest to find, at least for now.
I think one thing that's also relevant to say is that unless you pull SPs, the set doesn't really have a lot of value. Of course, with Minami is like $30, but the rest of the cards are just 13 or lower,
I mean,
like double race.
well,
Unless you get the Maria.
Yeah, the Ricky clone.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Or the Ren. The Ren is like 10. Well, you're right. Ren is still $10. The double R.
Yeah,
Well,
but overall, like, that's a lot. All the double R's are really kind of got some money on them. So,
Yeah, the Conoco Brainstormer is like what, a good $12.
Yeah.
But even then, unless you get like SPs, you're not going to be making any real money. You might break even, but not any state of making money.
It's safe to say it's like Contai. It's like you're gonna either plus really hard or you're gonna really neg bad with your box.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
My box
still
is
not.
complete freaking trash.
I mean, our store owner this Sunday opened up a box and he pulled the Rena SP and
Wait,
like every
that
good.
box was good though.
He pulled like every good possible double R.
But if you get an SP, like obviously you're gonna plus.
Yeah. Unless you pull like a yellow SP that's not Ricky, that's not the Maria clone.
But like literally, like I mean, I guess my box wasn't horrible because I got like a Ronco and the Ricky clone. But like everything else I pulled was kind of blah.
Yeah, you literally plus if you pull like a Minami and a Maria Ricky
Yeah, I
clone in
didn't
the
get
same
a
box. Yeah.
Minami though. Well, we got a Minami out of like the 2 packs that we bought.
Yeah. And some of the rares are worth a pretty penny, like the 2K costless backup. It's like $4 on JK TCG.
I mean, to be fair, the last set that I bought into before that one box of Idolmasters just to do it was Nisei Monogatari, and let's be honest, there's one card worth any money, and that's it.
For your Nisei box?
Yeah, like literally every card besides the Shinobu level 3 is like $6.
Yeah, you pulled the SP though, right? The level 0
Well,
Brainstormer?
yeah, that was extremely lucky.
Unless you pull like the triple R Shinobu level 3, then it's really hard to make your money with Nisei, I'd say.
I agree.
I mean, like for Nisei, like you're expecting to open a box and pretty much it's gonna be hard for you to plus off of that set.
I did some quick math here. There's 10 double rares in the set that are worth $10 or less, and there's 15 double rares total in the set. That's just to give a comparison for you guys. Like a lot of the double rares are just like really, really jank prices.
Yeah, I mean the blue double rares are like the most like I feel like money worthy cards.
I got you. Rankio is currently up to 13. I'm sorry. Minami's 30. Anastasia's only 6, and then of course the Rin is $10.
Yeah, and then the arena's like what, 7 or 6 or something like that.
6.
Yeah.
But see, I don't regret buying that box because I had really good trade bait, and the cards were really expensive that day because it was like pre-release prices pretty much.
Yeah.
And like
hype.
I just traded for so much shit that I needed. It wasn't even funny, so it turned out good in the end. It's definitely a good box. Like when it first came out, it was a really good box to get like one of because everyone wanted it.
Mm.
Yeah, in my opinion.
You know what's really hard to pull as a triple R is the freaking everyone's leader. Like I've only seen that once in my life, and that's when one of my friends pulled it.
Pass.
You can it's really hard to find everyone's leader.
I mean, it is the most expensive triple or climax or whatever, right?
Yeah, it's $30 sold out on JKTCG, but if you want to actually buy online, the average price is going for like 50 or higher.
Yeah.
So it's kind of gross how like a triple rare climax is worth more than some SP. Yeah.
Yeah. They have some steep prices on this.
Do you guys notice any like impactful cards? Like, let's talk about the Minami, especially in this English format.
From what I've from the times I've looked, it's been a big whiffer, but I have seen it go up, so I'm not sure. It definitely looks just power up, but as of like hitting something you actually need.
I mean, like at base, I mean with the climax, she's gonna be 7K. Like with any climax, she's gonna be 7K. Well, I mean, that's assuming it's a 1001 soul.
Yeah, that's true.
And I feel like they're gonna expect her like how they expect Shimakaze. But she's worse. I mean, Minami. We're talking about Minami, how she currently is sitting at in the meta right now. Like how she.
Okay.
Because if your opponent has, or if you have 3 Minamis on the field, if you get one off, it's a snowball effect. You're gonna get all of them off. So if you're gonna try to stop Minami, you have to stop the first one.
Yeah, I mean, luckily the first one's not that powerful, like usually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, top 4 is generally enough. Its power is pretty good, and you're going to reverse almost everything you get this right. It's like a snowball effect. If you get one off, you're going to get the rest of them off. You're too powerful.
Minami is those cards where like, it's your opponent has to be playing really smart to like your opponent. If I'm playing against Minami, I'm only gonna let my opponent get maybe 1+ off Minami, because she really punish you if you have like a field of like level 0s or like weak level 1s. And like especially in this English meta, there's very few sets that can like be walls, like compared to like Girlfriend Beta and stuff like that. Like Attack on Titan can be a wall, but
like, that's like the only set I can think of that actually has like a strong level.
That's why I feel like Minami is so much stronger in English compared to like JP. Because there's just not much sets that can be walls to stop against Minami.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about
I think I can agree with that.
Here.
A question about that. What are you guys' thoughts on the $30 price tag on it? Do you think it's worth it? Do you think it's just...
I saw...
What is her cost in JP?
Right now she's only $20, but the thing is though, like when JP Cinderella Ghost first came out, she was $30 as well. She was about $30.
No, the highest I think she's gotten is 25.
Yeah, well,
maybe 25 would be more reasonable. $30 for a double R is really expensive. Like there are very few double R's that hit 30 in English that I've seen.
Yeah, for our meta, it makes sense for it to be up there, but for it to be 30, especially with how it's performing, I wouldn't.
Usually card prices are based off their like card pool from their set.
Yeah.
Like Weiss isn't the type of game where something is based on like literally everything price wise, like a whole pool, because you can't mix and match everything. So it would be unfair to like make one card like a whole bunch more expensive than something. Like, because if that were the case, then every set that had crappy double R's would just be cheap across the board. But like, there's always gonna be one card that's kind of like expensive in each set.
On the NA page, there was actually an article recently posted on the price tag of Minami, the English double R, and then I read one of the comments, and then this person was saying the owner of JKTCG, he actually knows the history. Like he has good knowledge on the history of how JP or like UUT prices their stuff, and they're about the same. So I'm pretty sure JKTCG is pretty. It's pretty much the standard now. So I think it's safe to assume the $25 to $30 range is acceptable for Minami.
Yeah, I guess for now it will be fine.
Yeah.
Just wait for those price tags on Disgaea.
I'm going to complain how I can get my play set for 120, but in the meantime, I get +2 soul climaxes.
Yeah, rip you, buddy. Rip.
It's still gross though that like if you pull Minami from your box, that's pretty much almost half of your box. Like in value.
And then basically you're guaranteed that you'll get nothing else worth of value.
Unless you pull like a Ronko as your second double, which that's just so good.
Then you're pretty good. Then you got 2/3 of it.
Yeah. Enrique, I like the other climax, the one where you level your soul rush.
I made an entire deck about.
Yes. Discuss about that.
So I'll explain it real quick. Everybody, JP already knows it, but it seems like nobody here in English had any idea about this card, and it's like literally the most stupid combo. So pretty much you run. I think my deck runs like 24, 26 level zeros, and it only runs 8 level ones. Mainly because of the fact that there's a card called. Oh, everybody knows about the Trial Deck Rin. The what's it called? First step Rin?
The one of.
Yeah, the one of the trial deck. Because when it attacks, top deck checks, adds to hand, and then discards.
Yes.
And then it also scries.
On reverse.
So,
when she gets into Rating Room, I think.
So then you play the level 1 Strike Miku. It's a 1/0 red that plays a +2 soul. When it's played, you bring a level 0 from your waiting room on any position on stage.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, if you have 2, you can drop out 2 my first step Rin's on board and still gain hand advantage off of a +2 soul, which is just really dumb. Or you can, if you already happen to have the board, you can always bring out like a Conoco Brainstorm.
Yeah, an assist.
Something else. You don't have to bring out that card to the front row. You can always build a back row off if you have like nothing back there. Then the rest of the deck kind of plays around like the Rika runner because she mills for a run, so you're minusing damage off. If as long as you don't mill a climax, you're minusing damage. You run 4 of the blue Mizuki backups, the one that's Scry. From there, you run it's pretty much from there because that's the entire engine. You just Scry until you hit climaxes, so you cancel everything. And then your level 3 game is just pretty much the Rika and one of the Kaid because those all Scryed. The Rika scries on frontal attack, and the Kaid scries every time when you don't cancel. So you're always scrying damage out. So you pretty much you're +2, so you're still rushing your opponent, and then you're always trying to scry so you can cancel everything. That's literally the deck, and then everything else is just support.
And then don't you run the Anzus for the heals?
The Anzus are in there for the heals. It's pretty easy to pull them out because you run 4 of the Conoco Brainstormers, so almost splashable Brainstormer lets you bring out a healer with a +500 for everybody else. I also cited in another, because there's times, because I only run 3 of the Trial Deck runs, so the Strike Miku actually can also combo off with things like the Asterisk Miku, the level 0. You put it, when it comes on stage, it's a level 0 that comes on stage in center. Against 2,000 power, so it becomes a 4 or 5. It's a pretty good 0.
Yeah, I played against your deck a lot of times. Like in terms of power, like your deck doesn't care if you're killing off your characters because you're either gonna you're gonna like climax cancel a lot, and you're just gonna like play your climax combo again and just have a field of attackers.
Yeah, and then the last card that's really like noteworthy in the deck, other than like a couple of random cards that kind of help out, like the 3017 card, which I actually run. And
Forever 17.
Yeah, the 2/1 backup that splashes out for 5k max. There's also the ID Totoki. She's a spammable brainstorm that pay 1 top 4, and then for each climax search 1 ditch 1. But her first effect is when she attacks, give one of your music characters 1,000 power times however many souls. So when you're running a +3 soul, that's 3,000 attack they're giving to one of your characters, just so you can keep it alive, so you can use your scry backup. Other than that, you just scry a bunch and brainstorm a lot. There's a lot of brainstorm in this deck, and that's pretty much it. You use Soul Rush.
In terms of like the like competitive play, we still haven't seen Cinderella Girls in like any Spring Fest or whatever.
Yeah, we haven't seen the top. which is kind of crazy because I expected it to top like literally the first week. Then again, it was Toronto, and apparently nobody can afford that stuff over there. I heard that literally like, everybody's mission that week was it was Vancouver. Literally everybody's mission was to go out and take out Contai. Like that was nobody cared what deck they were playing as long as they killed Contai, they were playing it.
Yeah, everyone that went there like had this anti-meta mindset for Contai.
Yeah, that's pretty much the point.
Play those 15 stock reversers that can't reverse Yubiki.
And you play that magazine promo that just came out for Cinderella Girls Set 2. The now that when your opponent plays a climax combo, let me just send myself to the waiting room.
Yeah, that's like a big fuck you to Shimakaze.
Talking about when it reaches level 1.
No, that's a fake card. It's the Archer. No, this is a new promo that came out for Cinderella Girls. Since it's coming out now because Set 2. It's a 0-3-5 now, and it's supposed to be only bad effect is that when your opponent places a climax in its climax zone, it sends itself to the waiting room.
I can still play Rins.
Yes, you still can, but I'm talking about like Shimikaze, Shinobu's. They don't get their effect, which is really funny.
Yeah, that's another reason why Ren's just so broken.
Yeah, that's honestly.
It's on attack.
I mean, it doesn't have power, but boy, does it literally do everything else for free.
Yeah, and the fact that you don't even have to pay a stock or discard a card, right? You just search.
Yeah.
It loses 500 for on attack. Don't pay a stock. Get it 2 or higher with a +2 soul.
Literally, it's so unfair.
Do you guys have anything else to say about Cinderella Girls before we move on to new business?
The fact that the most underrated card in this set is still a level 3. The Kaid, the promo one.
Yeah.
That card is so underrated. I know nobody plays it. All the people that try to play competitively, I'm like, what's your build? And they're like, they show me like the basic either mono blue or blue red, and I'm like,
wait, isn't that card blue too?
Yeah,
it's blue.
Wouldn't that card easily fit into that deck?
It's super good because only on top of the other effect that I said earlier, because it cancels it scries every time you don't cancel. Its other effect, if it's in the middle position of your center stage, it gets 1,000 power for each other character you have.
So it's gonna be a wall that scries essentially.
Yeah.
It's good. It's like a one-of.
Yeah, it's mostly a one-off.
But nobody even throws it in as a one-off. I don't know if this is an English way of playing because people like to play more of like 2, 3-ofs and 4-ofs to keep trying to like keep consistency, which we obviously know that doesn't even work because this is Weiss.
I mean, if you see like the Nation Blue, like Peshkat's Nation Blue, he doesn't run the Kaide anymore either. I'm pretty sure, like if I remember correctly.
I don't remember either because I remember I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure he only runs the 4 Ronkos and 2 Anastasias.
Because he's a bad player. Because nobody plays Ronko. That card does nothing.
Yeah, it literally does nothing.
It can whiff so hard, or it can literally shoot so many climaxes. Your opponent cancels, and then you're stuck next to him with like, oh great, I'm out 3 climaxes. That's right.
We're just kidding. Wonka's really good, but
no, she's still bad. I will stick to my word. She's the bad card. Anastasia, on the other hand, that card. That card's too good. That card is phenomenal. You guys want to talk about 3017?
The level 0 red.
It's not funny, yo. I started off against Tularu. I know if he hears it, he knows exactly who's gonna be. I started off with a Konako and a 3017 in hand, and he goes first with Tularu, and all he does is drop a 3/5 May, and I'm like, okay. Drop 3017, drop the Konako. I'm at 3517. I can run over you by 17.
Is there any like flavor towards the 3017?
Yes,
there is a huge one.
Because
I forgot. Dang it.
It's because she thinks she's forever 17. Pretty much. She thinks she's always gonna be 17 years old.
There's also like a custom card that was made on the forum page I saw a while back, and it was really funny.
Oh, I wish I could see the forum page.
I legit thought it was
I'll see if I can find it
first.
Yeah, right.
It's basically a 35.
It's basically a 35, and its other second effect is actually not bad.
There's flavor. Yeah, there's flavor behind Cinderella Girls. Like, Minami, she's the quote-unquote searcher because she's the leader. She's the unofficial leader for the Cinderella Girls.
Yeah. The second effect I wanted to talk about is actually another good effect. Its second effect is when it's reversed, it replaces itself with the top card of your stock. So if you attack and trigger climax, you're cleaning out your stock. Which is not too shabby if you ask me.
The Anastasia's flavor because we all know they're lesbians.
Yeah,
Minami and
that's for sure.
Disgaea.
Ooh, card of the
Like,
day for
so-
Cinderella set 2.
Some of the flavors in Weiss just actually make no sense.
Yeah, like I guess.
I don't want to say it because there might be like spoilers. Has everyone seen Clannad? Or at least know what happens?
Yeah,
don't
Clan. Yeah, you don't want to spoil.
Casuals.
Okay,
Oh, wait, I've seen
it's,
I've seen
so
it.
basically the 1-0 Nagisa gains 15 if you have an Ushio on board. What the heck? Did you just forget the whole entire point of the series? Okay, I'm done.
No,
Wait,
it's
wait,
about
wait,
that
what was
level
it? Sorry.
0 sent to memory.
It's a 1-0 Nagisa that gets plus 15 if you have an Ushio on board. I think
It's plus what?
15 if there's an Ushio on board.
15. What is the flavor for that?
There isn't any Ushio and Nagisa are on the field at the same
Wait,
time.
how much base power does she have?
4K.
So, you're
So
gonna
it's a 55 Shimikaze with a shot trigger 1K1.
Dang it! Oh, son of a...
Right. Are you
There's
guys
a
ready?
really good flavor one with the Nagisa 0-0. It's like a Riki clone.
Are
On
you-
reverse, send it to memory. Oh, the feels.
Are you guys ready to move on to new business?
More Sailor
Oh
Moons.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's talk about Fat Unlimited Blade. Or I'm sorry, Fate
Fate.
Unlimited Blade Works.
So, what do you guys think about the spoiled cards? Anything noticeable?
I haven't even been keeping up with it. Like, I literally looked at everything when it got released in JP, and then I was like, oh.
I can't
I
even
just
see
forgot
anything.
everything.
I feel like the set is really good. Not so much for JP when it was out. I mean, I added a few cards, but for English, it definitely does have a jump to improve all of your jank UBW1 decks.
This is the way I see it. Like, if for English Fate, if you want to play Fate for English, you have to look at pretty much red, yellow, or maybe blue. Like, don't even look at green.
Yeah, green
probably
was
just
never-
build- Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say green was never really a big contender in the original one either. I mean, blue was shit too in the original. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how good the Illya cards are, but
The Illya is actually really good.
The way I see it is play Saber Shiro Rin, have fun with your new Rin and Archer card, and play Musashi. If you want to be a troll, play the early play heal. Let's finish it.
The Illya, there's a 1-0 double R. It's when she attacks, if you have the climax, which is a stock soul, with a blue stock soul, and you have 4 or more master, I think it's master trait. Master, and then the other trait is servant. So pretty much always you get to draw a card. So it's a guaranteed +1.
that doesn't sound bad.
I mean, it doesn't search, but it's still a +1.
Not bad.
And they get a better Ronko, the 3/2 Berserker and Illya.
Oh, it's a Ronko type thing.
There's another blue level 3/2. It's Berserker and Ilya. It cantrips where like when it's on play you draw 2 and you discard 1, and then it gets power for each Berserker in your back row, I think. No, it's for each Ilya in your back row. And she has the Ronko effect. Well, the card has the Ronko effect, so.
That's not bad. I just never really was a fan of Ilya, so
It
I
doesn't
would
heal
never touch
though,
that
that's
color.
the downside.
But I'll probably just keep my mono red and just probably add yellow to it because like I thought yellow red was shit until like Unlimited Blade Works 2 actually gave some like combo for it. Like everyone was playing red yellow and I'm like, but those cards didn't seem to go together well with the first pool of cards.
It's because you guys get the yellow Brainstormer, the Shiro. That's really good.
Oh, you also got Asano's Married Life.
Mm-hmm.
This Shiro that just is pretty good. That's it.
Yeah.
Shiro's Married Life.
You guys get a Shiro that's a Suedo Restander, where it gets another card out, which is good.
What, caster?
No, the Shiro, the level 3 Shiro.
It's a Shiro. It's a UBW Shiro.
It's a Suedo. Yeah, it's a Suedo. Yeah, it's a Suedo Restander.
So it's better than the caster.
Yeah, because the caster is more. Is it pay 5? I'm pretty sure it's pay 5 discard 2 for caster.
No, I think casters pay 3 discard 2, not pay 5 discard 2. That'd be really bad.
Oh, I see.
I would still probably think that Musashi and Ren and Archer would be a better finisher than the new UBW Shiro, but that's just me.
Oh yeah, definitely. The Ren and Archer is really good. for
Yeah.
BBW2.
That's why I really don't like playing blue at level 3, because their finishing seems to be pretty inconsistent, where, like, you know, in yellow and green you get Musashi, clock kicks, and blue just is kind of like, oh, you do blue things, or you, like, deal damage, like we...
Well,
Blue is such, like,
defensive.
a unique, special, like, color. It's like, I just do what I want.
Blue is a
like,
defensive color for Weiss
There's
Schwarz.
so much, like, well, I know it's a defensive color, like, and it's got all those, like, on your turn, or on opponent's turns buffs, but, like, when it comes to, like, finishers, like, either blue has really lackluster finishers or has really weird finishers.
Last shot, Sinon.
Yeah. When it comes to level 3, like, why? Like, exactly. I mean,
like, yeah,
red burns, yellow has Musashi, and green just gets a free damage.
Besides last shot Sinon, blue's finishers, like you guys said, is really weird. Like, you know those on reverse and they send it to the bottom of your opponent's deck, like, I guess that's
like
guaranteed
that
damage, but it's like, okay, but when are you gonna actually use that? Unless like you make your opponent mill a lot.
I just like I like how blue just seems like it has like kind of like a mystery to what kind of level 3 it will have, but like at the same time they usually are pretty weak compared to like the other colors. Because it's just like you know what to expect in the other color, so it's just like obviously they're gonna get something good. Like green is more than likely gonna get a clock kick. And the other colors are gonna get like burn and stuff, but besides that, it's like.
Like try to finish a game with green blue Charlotte. It can't be done.
Oh yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard, but it's possible.
The deck had so much promise, but in the end, green just sucks as a color for Charlotte.
Yeah.
What did I say? I wanted to say something. I guess I forgot.
But yeah, green for Unlimited Blade Works 2 for English will never be as good as JP because they don't get rider cards.
Yeah, green's kind of like almost a non-existent color in English.
Yeah.
It's like, what do they have finisher-wise? I guess they have the level 3 rider from 0. Like,
I mean, that's a really good card.
Yeah, it's a good card, but like, I mean, it's harder to get. Like, it's not like hard to get, but I mean, for newer players, maybe.
They're in stock on JKTCG, 15 each. They got like 4 in stock right now, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Fate Zero cards, but I mean, some people don't. Green, if it's green, it's gonna be your only option. But
yeah, You're fine. Go ahead.
Oh, all I was gonna say is I just like to run the level 3 Gilgamesh just for fun.
Oh yeah. One thing I want to talk about mainly is the level 2 Lancer card that kills the level 3.
Oh yeah, it's a clock swapper at level 2, which is really interesting.
Yeah. It's pretty good. It's anti-change, I think.
Yeah.
So I mean, in a deck that doesn't really change, it's useless. But in a deck that does change, it's so broken to the point where you're just getting an advantage off of it for free.
One person was saying like how they didn't like how weak the level 2 reverser, this level 2 Lancer reverser is, but then like you're not gonna play this card just cause like out of nowhere. Like you're gonna play this card if your opponent like has a change. Like you're only gonna run this card because you want to like get rid of a level 3 that bad.
I would probably play it like 2 or less, honestly.
Yeah, and when I used Rider.deck, this was a one of tech for me.
Pretty good. One thing I also wanted.
I'm sorry, you can go first.
Alright, one thing I also wanted to bring out was that, in English Fate, it's definitely just minus because they don't get the original Rin and Archer, which is just insane.
Yeah.
And they get the new Rin and Archer, which is still okay.
But it's not like old Rin and Archer.
Original Rin and Archer, you get to heal, you get to deal 1, and you get a +2 soul. So you can just side 1 bird for 1, side 1 bird for 1. That's what Justin was talking about. It's pretty funny. Yeah,
it's really good. And the fact that it's an uncommon in the set that it comes out in is funny.
It's an uncommon, yeah.
And then the...
Neely was talking about how Laharo was a common.
Yeah.
Limit of 2, boys.
Yeah. The only decent card that's green for this is the level 3 Rider. That's like the quote-unquote girlfriend beta for Fate. It gets -1 level if you have 4 or more green characters on field. And then you get to heal. That's about it.
Yeah, but it's not as strong as the one girl from Beta.
Yeah, we're...
It doesn't have a ridiculous effect.
Yeah.
Personally, I just want Bushiroad to release promos of older cards that help support decks that are supported in English but don't have like some of the key combo pieces.
So, like a comeback campaign?
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Like a comeback campaign or whatever, power-up pack, whatever they call it now.
Because, like, it's probably, like, not worth it to release the whole entire set because a lot of the cards will be irrelevant. But if they just release a few promos that actually benefit, like, the green deck, you know, the Fate back row, that's really, really good for Ride It Out deck. So,
yeah.
Just an idea.
Who knows? English Bushiroad always be smoking on that joint, but...
Hey, guys, you know what we need? Let's make a completely new set, original to English, Haruhi 3, guys. Everyone's gonna love it. We're just gonna print that shit right now. It's coming to you in December of this year.
100 card set. Every single card is Emo Swing, but with a different art.
Jenna...
And the set is banned on release. There you go.
Jenna, a new Haruhi set is like a new Jurassic World.
There's Dayton.
Wait, what?
Give it to me right now.
Dayton. So hyped already.
A new Haruhi set is like a new Jurassic Park film.
Yeah, Haruhi World. That's what you call it.
Except no one's gonna go see it, or no one's gonna invest in that.
Except the one person, like Dayton.
Maybe they can make Haruhi look human in the new,
Guys, wait. We haven't talked about the best card in UBW2 yet.
What is it?
The 2-1 Stock Charger, Clean Stock Charger Rin.
What are you talking about? The best card in this set is a 0/0 Berserker that gets markers until 10 and gets 1,000 power for each marker.
Yeah, and then you get...
that card is gonna eat your deck. That's so bad.
Or you get
clean
freaking...
markers? Yo, that is...
Or you get...
That's too good.
Or you get clock swapped or clock kicked or some shit, or like stock swapped.
Hey, then you just don't play things like Tula Brew and like Kontai and like Attack on Titan.
But listen to this Rin effect, guys. It's a global 5, and rest it, get a clean stock from waiting room, and that's the effect. It's a global 5.
You don't have to pay anything. You just rest it constantly. You just rest it every turn.
It's a 2/1. Rest it every turn. Get a clean stock that's Saber Ashiro from the waiting room.
What the heck?
Yeah, it's so free.
That's really powerful.
It's really good.
Is it the one where she has like her hand back? I'm trying to...
It's where she has like jewels in her hand, like the rich bitch that she is.
Yes.
It's weird how it's like, it's a global 500 for a level 2. It should be like global 1000 or something.
It doesn't
No,
matter.
because it would be really... It's because of the effects. Like, it'd be really broken if
I
it was
guess.
like 1000 and you could do that every
I
turn.
guess. Meanwhile, Hatsukaze is a level 0. Global
Put
5.
those irrelevant level 0s from your waiting room into stock and be like, okay, compression.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you pretty much pay for itself already when you use your effect.
And what if you have 2 of them in your back row?
Wow.
Then Dayton comes in with a blue Nagato and puts him up front. And I like that right though.
I thought he was talking about the Naruto from Kantai.
Ew, this Illya 1/0 is really weak.
Hey, don't mess with it.
Why is this the signed card? Couldn't they have picked a better card?
So we've talked about questions 5 through 7. Let's talk about 8. Meister set.
It's like shit. Why did they use art from the last set?
Yeah, why? Bushiroad? Literally, you have money up all the way up your ass, and you're gonna use cards from the, artwork from the first set.
It is
Well, I mean, I have a rant about Maestro sets in general.
Spill the tea, Henny.
No, the only good one so far has been Cinderella Girls.
So let me get a price comparison real quick. What is a booster box normally priced at? Like 80, right?
Probably like 70, 80.
72. That's what I
70
said.
is a good minimum. Or
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll go with 70. How much is a Meister set?
For okay,
Like
at our
60.
locals, it's like $60.
Alright, so let's run with 50, 60.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting half of a box with that. You're paying 50, 60 for half of a box when a box is 72.
But you're also
And
getting a
what
playmat, though.
What you're getting in return is a cardboard box and a playmat that's small size.
I mean,
Yeah,
And
that's
true.
yeah, I'm pretty sure like people they know what they're buying into.
I mean, I bought one for a set that I really liked because
Yeah.
I wanted the box. But, like, because I just wanted a carrying box. But, like, it really is Like at my locals, it's literally like $10 to $12 cheaper than a box, and it's like, why wouldn't I just put $12 down and get double the packs?
Yeah, it's a pretty good
Like, yeah,
storage box.
Like, yeah, you get guaranteed 2 double Rs and a guaranteed foil, but unless the set's like really, really worth it, it's not gonna make your money back at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I normally think if I'm buying a bundle like this, I normally should get value out of it, and I'm not only not getting value, I'm paying more than what I should be.
Also,
paying.
a quick little thing. I don't know if Bushy read this. I'm pretty sure they got any complaints. It just happened to me at Orlando the other day. I think, or it was probably around here when I bought my Meister box. I don't know if there's the packaging, but their promo that comes in it, sometimes they come bent.
That's what happened to Jenna as well. I think it was in our locals.
Yeah.
That wasn't me, that was someone else, but it was literally bent like completely in half.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
In my opinion, what they need to do to justify the Meister set, throw in sleeves and a deck box, then you got it.
Yeah, like how they...
That would be... If they made it like the
Love
like,
Live. The Love
like
Live
the
starter
Cartoon
deck.
Shiyoko thing that came out, because I bought 2 of that, but like that's an amazing deal. And now I paid $40 for that. That is literally $20 cheaper than a Meister set.
That's
not as good as Woozer.
That set in general was really good. You get fucking Ricky clones.
Well, no, it's not as good as Woozer, but I mean, I'm saying that deal wise, like, yeah, it's a trial deck, and it's not a thing. I'm not asking for like
it's probably better than Woozer.
You get a guaranteed SP. You get 2 Rickies.
I like it, but it's kind of boring, like, to play.
It can't be Contai boring.
Either way, this is an English podcast, people. I was just trying to make a comparison price-wise.
In general, Meister sets are great. You're gonna feel amazing as like the fuckboy that walks into locals with the storage box until you realize 50 other people have the same storage box as you. So good luck trying to find which storage box you have.
Why can't people be smarter than me and not pay for Meisters?
Go to Ami and pay like $5 to pre-order.
I know, pretty much. Like literally.
That's a sponsorship. You better give me something. Just kidding.
Hey, at least I'm the only one in my locals who has a Shiyoko box. I can feel a little special.
Oh, come to Orlando.
Yep. Lewis has one.
So does Tyler.
Yeah.
Alright, you guys are ready to move on to Disgaea?
Yeah.
You said it right the first time.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Let's go.
So, okay, let's get it out there. What do you guys think it was necessary? Yeah, no, maybe so.
It's better than Haruhi.
Oh yeah, I'll agree with that. And fucking Disgaea is older than Haruhi. The original Disgaea.
Basically, Bushiroad's thought process with making this set is that if you aren't going to overdo it, don't do it. So what they're doing is that they're overdoing it, and now it's going to be impossible to crack open packs and find exactly what you need. Because
that's a lot of cards.
It's a lot of cards. It's probably going to be more than Kensai 1.
Probably.
Because it's...
Unless they do something janky like fucking Persona 4, rest in peace.
Like, I mean, but in comparison though, wouldn't you prefer a huge set over something where they just butcher the cards and make a version E?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I would, but then I wouldn't buy any boxes. I'll just be like, okay, here's singles.
Just singles, pretty much.
I like Disgaea that's gonna come to the English meta because it's a very soul rushy deck, and I think that's what, like, it's gonna be a good shakeup to like what Contai is, which is Contai is very technical. Or like, Attack on Titan, like just fucking soul rush.
When's the release for Disgaea? June?
No.
Yeah. Rip my dreams. It's
actually pretty good. It's pretty good time.
I wanted fucking Love Live in June.
Okay, you're gonna get Love Live eventually. Calm down.
Okay, SIF2 is actually one of the better Love Live sets. Let me have my freaking something, like, please. It's okay, I got my June wish. I'm happy. I'll shut up now.
You and 50 other people want to be on Nozomi's big cow tits, so it's gonna happen eventually. Those
Question 10
tits.
says, any noticeable cards? I know shit about Disgaea, so...
I don't know anything about this guy either, really.
Yeah, like, Laharu I know is, like, on the limit of 2 in Japan, and that's why I know it. That's it.
Well,
it compresses and stuff, I guess.
He goes into memory and you salvage too. That's why he's good.
He's also a healer, right?
I believe so. I'll check. He's from the he's in the trial deck and also in the
one interesting plot thing to say about Disgaea though is like,
yeah, he's a healer.
at least like those stupidly overpriced trial decks are gonna be like completely devalued because of the fact they're reprinting everything.
Yeah, he's a healer, so you're gonna get out more cards that you need and probably like spam heal again. He's gonna be unlimited for sure.
Yeah, like it probably shouldn't even be in the limit of 2 in Japan anymore. Bushiroad is too scared to unban cards. Like Rewrite was banned for the longest time, I believe.
Well, I thought they recently unbanned a lot of stuff.
They recently did, but yeah, Rewrite was banned for like a good year, I think.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the cards they didn't unban. It's just they took them off the restriction list. So they're free to play now. Like Auto Masters.
Yeah.
The original IMAS.
Yeah. I want to pick that deck up, but it's kind of expensive.
But I'm glad that I'm glad that Bushiroad is, at least if they're gonna show support, they're doing Disgaea, which is it's one of the sets that I feel like, at least like I know a lot of people are interested in Disgaea as well.
I'm just gonna be like I'm happy for like the people who like Disgaea, but I just got from in the future I'd like to see some newer sets from English.
Like Shen-Chan?
Like, can we please bring something that's not like ancient over here?
Well, we can bring
They
Shen-Chan.
just released CG.
Yeah.
Well, I know that, but like literally every other thing. Well, besides maybe like Sword Art Extra Booster is coming out soon.
And they're also releasing UBW2, which just came out in December.
Okay, I'm just sick of these Haruhis. Okay, I want Haruhi.
Man, it's gonna be your like thing.
If I might step in for just a little bit.
Oh shit!
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Who did?
That's my personal thought and opinion. I actually like them bringing back older sets. The problem with them bringing back older sets isn't that they're old sets, it's the fact that they're not playable.
Relevant. They're not relevant in the meta.
Like, bringing back Disgaea makes sense. Disgaea actually holds some value,
Relevancy.
you know, it's got good power to it, which is weird that it's such an old set. But if you want to look at other sets like Katana Gatari, Lucky Star,
hey,
Haruhi...
Don't you knock Katana Gatari. That's a shitty ass set, but it's
Hate 5, Burn 5, cancelable.
Don't you trash talk.
Yo, it's about that Sengoku Basara.
Lucky Star, okay? If I want to swing you for 52
Get every single climax back and then just discard the rest of your hand.
I'm not saying these sets don't suck, but it's fun.
Each one.
So the thing is, in bringing in new sets, I feel like that's good because you're keeping up with the Japanese meta. But at the same time, I think it would be important to look back at the old sets if they were slightly changed in some ways, which a lot of people don't like the idea of. They think Bushiroad has already seen what's gone through. They'd like to keep it nice and clean for what's coming through and make sure nothing new comes in that's super powerful and broken.
I do
get that with content. Like, they already broke the game once. I feel like they could really use to try and tweak older sets just to bring it in. But I think they're really scared to do that.
But then again, you have sets like Persona Q that is a fairly new set, and like it's still not that great for the meta. But I want them to bring out Persona Q.
I don't think they will. Didn't they like lose the licensing for Persona 4 or something?
Something like that.
They're really bad with their stuff.
Because I mean, like, I think that's why we never.
Okay, we already have problems with licensing with freaking Girlfriend Beta and Skullgirl Strikers.
Hey, you know what we don't have licensing problems with anymore? Monogatari. Thanks, we should.
Get out of here.
You know
But yeah, I
you know
agree
what
with Dayton's
Sure never has licensing problems with key stuff.
Yeah,
That's true.
he and them have some sort of fucking deal because holy cow, and they're never gonna lose Love Live because that's one of their personal like things that they have a thing with. I know those legal terms. Well, they publish to some extent. They publish because I know that the game is published by them 100%. But I don't know if they have any stakes in the anime. But they're never gonna lose that licensing.
Some of the cards that stand out for Disgaea for me are the refresh that like burns your opponent. That's fucking
That
stupid.
card's interesting.
It's so funny. Too funny, man.
Yeah, everybody's laughing, homie.
Lols.
Everybody's gonna be salty about it. Oh man.
Or Wing Slayer. There's a card that's called Wing Slayer, and it makes you level up. Like you take 1 damage, and I think it's a 1/0 green event. You take 1 damage, but for each damage you take, it It's a minus 3k to your opponent's whole field.
Ah.
So imagine how crazy that can be. It's pretty much a field wipe.
That's pretty steep.
Mm-hmm.
So this is 4 separate sets put together. I know they're not full sets, some of them are extras, but it's 4 or is it 3?
4, I think.
Oh gosh. I'm like just trying to navigate through these cards, and there's so much crap to look through.
They were probably like, "Oh crap, we got the licensing back. Let's put everything we can possibly put out before we lose our license again."
Wait a minute, is there a character in Disgaea who's like a guy that turns into a girl, or does he just look a lot like this girl?
Your question is something that's very common in anime.
It's called a trap card. I'm just kidding.
You played my trap card.
You played my Mikasa.
Oh,
It definitely looks like the same character. It doesn't matter. I think the designs are really cute in Disgaea.
And that's exactly what every weeb in Japan says. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's a trap. It doesn't matter. I'm dating.
Dude.
Let's see.
Do you guys want to move on to English in general now?
Yeah, we can move on.
Alright.
Sure. Because no one knows shit about this guy.
Well,
I'm sure we'll have more to say about it when it actually comes out. We've played against it frequently.
Yeah.
how is your guys' English decks for your local scene? Like, how is it
Alright.
in general?
Oh boy.
Let me paint this picture for you guys. Greg, scrubbiest kid in town, going into his first tournament, October some date, 2015. I had my sick English Fate deck with 0 level 1 Shiros and a bunch of jank yellow UBW cards. I was so cool. I went 1-3, and I won my first match because my opponent didn't cancel all game.
See, the problem with that is you played with Fate. That's your first mistake.
It's all, like, Fate, you're on the very bottom tier with Fate of like winning matches, but like it's kind of even worse because like right on top of you is Fairy Tail. Like Fairy Tail is even better than that.
Fairy Tail is not better than Fate on the
Are you kidding me? I got sacked twice this last weekend. I don't want to hear it.
Fairy Tail's a
Fairy
fucking
Tail is
joke.
like bottom of the barrel English tier.
No.
See, I think, again, talking about this is, in a game like Weiss, you know, there's obviously tiers in card games. You can't avoid that. But in a game like Weiss, the fact that there's such black and white, like, oh, that set is just genuine shit. Like, you can't play that if you want to win. I mean, you can.
You
because
can.
It's Weiss,
It's going to be really
but
hard, yeah.
the fact that there's such a dichotic nature in sets, like, these are the new sets. They're playable. These are the old sets. They're not, you know?
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm.
Yeah, it seems like
Excluding
most of the
some.
sets they make nowadays are good enough to be at least like mid-playable. Like I think most of the new sets have been quite good in JP, not in English.
You can only play old sets if you have some more support for it, like more sets. Like
yeah, like Milky Holmes.
yeah, good luck playing a set where there's only
gosh.
one set.
Guys, so we're derailing a bit here. I just want to point out the most recent sets in English. Alright, Puyo Puyo, definitely one of the top decks.
For
You mean JP?
English? You mean or for JP?
JP. Yeah, because we were talking about the recent sets that have good stuff. Monogatari, definitely really good. Love Live Extra Booster was decent-ish. Abyssal Kantai is LMAO terrible.
Yeah.
UW2 is good. Sympho Gear is pretty good. Dog Days, I'm not sure about.
It's a troll deck.
Doge.
It's a troll deck. Charlotte is, like, okay, I guess.
It's pretty meta actually.
I'm not a huge fan of Charlotte. I don't think it plays that well, but that's my opinion.
It's definitely one of the most underrated meta decks there is right now.
It's a sleeper.
It definitely is.
Okay,
It's just not my playstyle.
Like you don't prepare for it, but when it comes up to you, you're like, oh crap, I'm losing.
Especially
Wait,
when
wait,
I
what
use
deck are
it.
you talking about?
The yellow, green, blue deck.
Mm.
How good was Schoolgirl Strikers? Would you say that's like...
It's good.
It's stupid.
It's-
It has an early. Speaking of which, blues don't have early finishers. It actually does. Schoolgirl Strikers has a really good one. It has an early drop level 2. That when you don't cancel when damage during this battle, when damage isn't canceled, you can pay 3. I think you discard 1. I'm not 100% sure. And then you burn your opponent for the same amount of damage you just took.
It's Schoolgirl Striker is pretty much Girlfriend Beta with experience. So it's like Girlfriend Beta and Monogatari combined.
Very much. A lot better.
Yeah.
Anyway, were you still going down sets, or did you stop at Charlotte?
Yeah, you're fine. Because, like, the rest is, like, TLR, of course.
I mean, obviously that's good.
The Nisekoi Extra Booster Sweets, top tier.
Hey, never mess with that, okay?
As a Katsuki, it's already good.
If you're local...
I mean, it seems like most of those sets are at least, like, an average of at least, like, good. Not, like, amazing or great, but I mean, a lot of the...
It's good.
Playable enough.
It's good, but compared to sets like Tularu where they're unfair, like cards are just unfair. Like, don't get me wrong, like old sets are good, they have good effects, but when we have newer shit that's like literally like Tularu where it's literally unfair, it's kind of hard to play with old decks
I mean,
if you're gonna go in the competitive scene.
I just can't wait. Go ahead.
You're fine.
No, I'm literally about to say something super off topic. You can go.
Okay, so basically, I like to point to my homie over here, Little Busters, that hasn't had support for over a year and a half, and yet it's still one of the best decks. That's it.
Oh yeah.
True. And all I was gonna say is, like, even assessing all these sets and the average is still like playable. I'm just gonna order like 6 boxes of Osamatu, and it's gonna literally be the neggest, shittiest fucking set. It's gonna be like Haruhi's Revenge on me. It's gonna be like the worst fucking thing in the world. It's oh my god.
Guys, there are sets worse than Haruhi. You don't have to default to Haruhi, okay?
No, I only said I said Haruhi's Revenge because I shit talk Haruhi all the time.
We do have Melty Blood.
Jesus Christ.
Oh no, Melty Blood is cardboard as hell.
Psychopaths.
Psychopaths, yeah.
Hey, okay, I have personal experience with Katana Gatari. It's cardboard. It's fun cardboard, but it sucks.
Yo, Persona 3 though.
Clannad before Power Up set.
Yeah, that's true.
But in general, like for English, if your locals is like ours, where it's English and Japanese, if you're gonna play an English deck, like for like the competitive scene, you're pretty much are limited to Kantai or AOT. If you want to do an English deck, if you want to play with an English deck, compared to if you're gonna go up like a JP meta.
And in very rare cases,
or Cinderella Girls.
Yeah, in very rare cases, English decks are better than JP variants because of Kantai not having
unrestricted Kantai, yeah. That's why if you're gonna play, your English deck is gonna be Kantai just because of the fact that you can run Akagi, Hibiki, and Hatsukaze in the same deck.
Okay. So I'm wondering, this is probably a dumb question because I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but if you were to play a JP Kantai deck and be like, oh, well, it's an English JP format, so I get to play all the unrestricted cards.
That's how we play it here.
Wait, what?
Right.
If you have like
Oh,
JP,
okay.
if you have JP Kantai cards, you have to adhere to the ban list.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb. Because, like, we have the same card pool.
Well, yeah. Well,
I guess
guess
the prices, of course.
No, I guess it might be the prices.
That's probably about it.
I want to make people spend more. Anyway, we've derailed quite a bit here.
Well, if you unrestrict Kantai in JP, that's gonna be fucking wild. Just because there's like, I don't know, like unlimited Kantai in English is still for some reason not the dominating set as people are like bitching about.
I think I'd say for JP, like, wait for Kantai 3 to come out, see what's in Kantai 3, and then see what the future of JP Kantai is going to be like. Because Kantai 3 could be, like, a redux of Kantai 2 and just, like, trying to make more money off the Kantai series. And have, like, one card or something that's good, but, like, it could be, like, middle ground, or it could be, like, Kantai 1 good, and then everything could change completely.
Well, since Enrique showed me Haguro Kaini Akashi, Kantai 2 is actually really good.
Actually, hold on. So,
It-
Beanley, you were talking about some new level 1 game that you have in your Kantai deck? That's pretty good.
Well, it's not necessarily new. It's just I replaced Shimakaze's with Haguro Kaini, which is a level 2, because you get a free search, and it's a 3k field backup. Shimakaze is good, don't get me wrong, it's a +1, but against your opponent's gonna be smart enough to make you not get a Shimakaze plus, and you're gonna have to run Shimakaze Kai if you just so you can get a plus for sure. So you're taking up more deck space. And plus Taige is a level 1 Ellie clone, like how Love Live has it. and it's a 7.5 wall pretty much. And if you back it up, it could be a 10k wall at level 1, which is kind of dumb.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
Are we gonna be able to wrap up soon? I'm gonna have to leave soon.
Yeah. We'll go on to the controversial question. So you guys think English sucks compared to JP?
Oh, most definitely.
I think it's more boring. Like.
Yeah. Well,
I think
it's
there's
limited.
definitely not as much variety, obviously, because of the amount of sets that are out.
I like to say.
JP.
Yeah. Go ahead.
In JP, there's actually a meta where in English you just kind of flail cards around and be like, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
Literally.
Yeah, like we live in a world in English where Disgaea Trial can still top some events.
Well, yeah, that player has really good skill though.
Just kidding. It's all Soul Rush. It'd be cool because you do get some logos, but I mean, it's kind of not cool at the same time because everybody is literally playing mono blue, so you always end up playing the same thing.
Well, that's how English is. It's like 3 decks, one specific build for each set, pretty much.
Hmm.
And
I think it comes down to the same question as, is Kantai actually broken? I would say no, not technically, but since Japan gets all of the newest sets, like, they've already fallen victim to power creep. We've only gotten, like, half of what the true power creep of Japan is. So, I think English cards right now it's not that they're bad, it's just that we don't have access to all of the cards.
The card pool.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can see that in one of the most telling signs was when I was just getting into Weiss, and Peter, of course, our probably number 1 Kantai player, I'd say, maybe, he showed me a bunch of Kantai cards, and he was like, "Oh, look at this card. Wouldn't you kill for this card in Haruhi?" And I was like, "Yeah, that card's amazing. Holy crap." And he was like, "This card isn't good enough to be in our normal Kantai deck."
Well, that's the problem is with it's space. There's so much space that you can put into Kantai just because there's so many good stuff cards in Kantai. Like you have your Akagis, your Hibikis, your Hatsukazes, for English Kantai at least. And your Akatskis as well.
Right, so it's I think, and a lot of people, it's up for debate, I think it's just we don't have access to the cards, because any card game falls victim to power creep. You're not going to be able to get around that.
Exactly.
Because you're going to want more and more impressive cards so that the meta doesn't get stale. Because otherwise, and I've seen this a lot with Weiss too, a lot of the cards, like, you can name a card and be like, "Oh, that's a Shimakaze." Like, a lot of the effects in Weiss are the exact same. You can't really bring too much more in, but we don't have all of those powerful effects.
Like Yami.
Oh boy, what would happen if that card came to this meta?
The meta would shift so much.
It'd be, I don't know.
But anyways, let's go on to the next controversial question: salt management. How do you guys cope with that?
I'm one of those people that just doesn't get salty because I'm playing the game to have fun. Like, I went 0-4 on the last tournament, wasn't salty. Because, I'm bad at the game.
But see, like, I think that's the best attitude to have, because I'd rather someone literally just be playing it to, like, have fun and, like, play some animes that they're really, like, passionate about and stuff, and then, like still have, like, a competitive edge, like, want to win, but don't be, like, a complete ass when you lose.
Exactly. Like, you should expect this. As a player who's playing fucking Weiss Schwarz, like, you should expect this. There's going to be games where you're going to be so close that you could have won.
Yeah, it's the nature of the game.
Yeah, like, you putting yourself in this situation, like, if you're going to be mad at someone, you should be mad at yourself.
Yes, exactly.
Like, I get salty, I'm not going to lie, but I brush it off, though. Like, I'm not going to, like, ruin people's days and stuff like that. Because I like this game. And, like, it kind of sucks when people talk down about it and they, like, complain about, like, the mechanics and stuff. Like, I know it's going to be hard, but there's ways to work around the game. Like, if it's against your favor.
Yeah, like, I knew that I had literally no climaxes in my deck at the time, and I had a brainstormer, so I just literally brainstormed until my deck completely refreshed. Like, yeah, I used all my stuff, but it saved me from dying in the long run, and I won the game. Like, yeah, you don't always have that circumstance where you can do that, but I mean, if you can get into that circumstance, it's a way to win or come back.
Honestly, the game mechanics are what they are, and of course, it's lacking objectively to other card games, as some people might say. But honestly, like I said, the game mechanics are what they are, so you have to play around the game mechanics to the
Yes.
best of your abilities.
You're playing against
it's not
yourself.
happening
You're pretty
in a
much playing
game.
against yourself.
It's not as well designed as other card games, but of course, you're going to be playing the best opportunities that you can get in this specific game.
Weiss Schwarz is a game where there's not much interaction besides the counter step. You're pretty much playing against yourself and you're adapting to the situation. And this game is pretty much luck based, but there's ways to manipulate your luck so it's better in your favor.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to talk about trying to manage your salt, go teach a bunch of people how to play Weiss. I can assure you, you know how to play better than they do, but you will lose to someone who is literally holding the deck, never played before. At some point, you will lose to them just because it's the nature of the game.
And like a trial deck can beat a competitive deck still.
Oh, easily. When I had my Haruki trial deck, I wiped the floor with some people, and I'm just sitting there laughing my ass off. And you really just have to look at the game at exactly what it is, because talk to any other player who's tried Weiss and is like a Magic player or a Yu-Gi-Oh player. It's not a very competitive card game just by nature.
It's very casual.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah. I mean
that's the reason I got into Weiss.
It's a game about anime. Like, it's something that it's like anime is a talking point, and it's something that you can like. I think it's a card game that's like very. You can meet people through it easier than like yeah, you can meet anybody through card games, but like it's like you have a similar interest if you're playing Weiss Schwarz because it is anime.
It's not like when you go play Yu-Gi-Oh! Like everybody's there so different. The community is completely like it's almost like cancer. It's like they're not as friendly as the everybody's like, oh, we're all weebs. We all love anime.
Yu-Gi-Oh community is
like,
literally shit.
I'm sure that
They smell
most
like
people
shit.
get into Weiss not for the competitive aspect and just so they can play the anime they like. Like
Exactly.
that's what I'm gonna assume the majority is.
See, for the most part, Weiss and Magic players, they bathe.
Yeah.
So Yu-Gi-Oh players are shit. Like, literally, they smell like shit. Well, not all of them, but some of them.
Yeah. You're right. You're exactly on the money.
But yeah, like, honestly, if you're
exactly
salty,
on the 2-3 counter.
Exactly.
if you're salty, then it's okay to be salty, but like, don't blame the other person. Like, they're just playing the game as well.
Especially, you gotta be able to keep it to yourself too, because when you're in the middle of a game and you're being salty, it makes the game extremely awkward.
Yeah, it does.
It becomes really unfun.
Like I've had personal experiences where I'm playing and the guy can either I'm canceling too much or he's just triggering too many climaxes and he'll just be like getting completely mad at himself when it's completely luck based, and I'm like, dude, relax.
Like I like literally when I first went to play in Orlando, like I literally went 0-4, like triggered salvage triggers every turn before like a crucial final turn. It's like that's what happens. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah, some days the game just doesn't work in your favor. Like, you're gonna be triggering when you don't want to and stuff.
Sometimes you just get triggered, and that's part of the game.
So we're going to the last question is well, it's not really a question, but it's just analyzing this component. Is when is it okay to clock yourself or clock on core?
After 2, I feel like it's not necessary.
Yeah,
Level 2.
I definitely agree.
I agree with that.
Level 1, you can still play around with it. Once you hit level 2, it's just gonna be like those close.
You're playing with fire.
You're playing, yeah, exactly. You're playing with fire.
Like unless like maybe you have like literally nothing in like your hand to play, or like if you're at like 2 like 5 and you like need a quick way to hit level 3 to just really push, like maybe, but like it's very circumstantial at high levels like that.
Yeah,
I
mean,
personally clock almost always.
Yeah.
With no regrets.
I'm gonna go with the terrible answer of it's okay to clock yourself when you need the cards.
That is also yeah, you kind of
color fixing as well.
You're color fixing.
Here's my view on it, and this is a really strange view nobody agrees with. It's just the fact that I've never really lost by 1 damage. I've always been like, okay, I'm over by 3.
I don't know if you were there next to me, Dane, but me and Tyler were playing in tournament, and I was playing my red yellow CG Soul Rush deck, and he was playing Shiyoko, and we both ended up coming down at no, actually this is after tournament. I was playing Guilty Crown, and he was playing Terraformers, so we both ended up coming down at 3-6, and the reason I was still at 3-6 is because the turn before I didn't clock.
Yeah. Well, in some circuits, like if you're playing against Tularu, like you don't want to be clocking at level
Yeah, those you definitely don't want to be clocking.
because
Well,
every
it
damage
obviously
counts.
depends. Like, if you're playing against a clock kicker, you have to be really careful. You don't want to clock yourself because they're hitting you for a guaranteed 1 damage. So, and of course, like, if you're playing against someone who's got a bunch of cancel burn and you're burning for 1, it's not something you want to tack on tiny bits of damage. But in a lot of the cases, and again, this just depends on what set you personally are playing.
Exactly.
Playing through old Monogatari, Nisei Monogatari, and Haruhi, my decks come down to just hitting as hard as I can, as fast as I can.
I mean, even like Bake Monogatari and Nisei, they don't even have clock on cores. I'm pretty sure.
They just have hand on core. I mean, I think clock on core is like kind of a newer thing than hand on core because Nisei's pretty old and Bake is quite old. At least I think it is. But like, I mean, that was like basically the first set that I hardcore got into the game with. Like, and I felt just so bad because it's so limited compared to things like Contact. But I mean, that's what's gonna happen. Like, it was one of the first sets that came out in English. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, like obviously, if you're level 3 and like you want to clock yourself to 3-1 because you have a healer, that's pretty much your drawing for free. That's always a nice feeling to have, right?
Yeah.
And it's always good.
When it comes down to, with my decks, minus Haruhi for some reason I actually have pretty consistent hand power. Nisei and Bakemono, just by the nature of the set and the fact that since so many newer sets have large power cards, you end up like knocking out your entire board in one turn or having your entire board knocked out, so you're constantly placing down cards.
Yeah.
I disagree with I disagree with that for Nisei because I do have a Nisei deck that I've been playing because I'm obviously a huge, I really do buy into that series, but like there are some cards like that I see myself like having to like kind of like sack, but I'm really blanking right now, so I can't think of exact cards, but I mean, I don't always have to sack my cards, like, because there's a specific card that's like a 7,500 beater for free, and that card doesn't die, but everything else kind of dies, but there we go, I figured it out.
Clock on core is on.
And there are things that don't die, like if I'm playing my sister's deck, there's obviously teeth brushing time, which it's a level 1 9K, and I can have 3 of them.
That stays till opponent, right? Till opponent's turn?
Yeah, so it's a level 1 9K, and that's pretty good. Or I've got my level 3 Hitagis that sit, if I'm playing well, around 13, which, obviously isn't bad, but...
Wait, the red or the green one?
The green one.
Yeah, I like the green one.
But that's fairly circumstantial. Like, I need the climax combo. At most, I'll have, 2 generally, 3 if I'm really lucky. And I'm paying a stock for that, too.
Exactly.
Which, in Monogatari, in every single set of Monogatari, having stock is generally pretty hard to keep. Unfortunately. I've been getting better at it, but even then, it's, stock-wise, a pricey deck to play.
Well, with my current Nisei build I've been testing, it actually has pretty good stock gen, because I basically, my main level 1 is a 1/1/7/5 Araragi card that needs a Karen or Skihu to stand during stand phase. It can be a kind of risky card, but with all the new Fire Sisters cards, it does become more consistent. But once I put that card down, it usually does not get reversed, and I usually have to sack my I run the Hanakawa Searcher with the Climax combo. So, I normally have to sack that card because it's incredibly weak, but it does generate stock through Climax, so I don't know if, I'm just, I don't know if it's just the difference between the builds or not, but...
Well, that's another part to bring on. Unfortunately, I choose bad cards just because I prefer the characters over how good they are, but
I think we're based on characters, too, but I had a specific theme I was going for with the deck, and I just built around that, but I'm just I like literally everyone in that series except for one character.
Clock on core is really good because you always if you can, as long as you can clock yourself, you're pretty much sure going to have a character to attack with next turn. If you can afford to clock yourself, that is.
I mean, it's basically the reason why you can keep on attacking in Little Busters for sure. Because your runs are scheduled to die next turn, and if you have the Sasumis that are 5k, you can just keep on attacking them until you hit level 3, and then you can snowball and win.
Like even in Twins, even Twins has like a level 1 clock encore card that they like to sit on the Haruka.
The Haruka making a loop card.
Yeah.
Card mission.
Yeah, card mission is literally like all of Twins.
Alright, so I guess we'll just go on to the conclusion. Do you guys have any
Yeah,
announcements?
we're snowballing off track.
Yeah. Do you guys have any announcements or anything? Personal announcements?
I won't be in any future podcast until June 17th.
Really? You're the best person.
Don't say that to me.
Yeah, you're pretty trash.
I'm shit at Weiss.
Well, we already knew that. I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, I admit it, so it's okay. Don't worry.
Or how about we do a super late introduction for Dayton because he came in out of nowhere.
My apologies. I'm Dayton. I guess I'm fairly new to the scene. I started, November-ish? I started whenever Haruhi came out because I was dragged into it.
You started in January then.
Oh, January? Okay, I started in January, actually.
So this year.
I've been playing this game for a long time, as you can tell. I play for characters, and unfortunately, all the characters I enjoy are older sets, and that's pretty bad. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm pretty active in the community, ? And...
Never
Wow. I never in tournaments. Yeah, I'm sorry. Anyway, so that's me. I'm pretty cool.
So I have one announcement is if you guys, the viewers, we'll be doing a JP podcast later this week because how we haven't been posting any content, so I kind of feel bad, but yeah.
Okay.
And any closing final thoughts, you guys? Anything you want to say before I end this podcast?
Again, I'm bad at this game.
Let's bring up the one thing I actually forgot to mention.
Okay.
Before we go, because everybody kind of noticed it. Where is Kontai in topping?
Where has what?
Where's Kontai when it comes to topping recently?
Exactly.
Exactly. Kontai's not the best thing. So
I mean,
it's explain about Kontai.
I mean, doesn't Attack on Titan top literally everything anyway?
In English.
Yeah, because right now.
Not in JP, obviously.
Yeah.
It's like Doomsday versus Superman. Kontai Superman and Doomsday is like AOT, but it's made to beat Kontai.
People don't realize Kontai was made because prior to Kontai, the decks were pretty much 8 gates and heal looping.
Literally.
Yeah.
Kontai fixed that problem at least, where literally every deck you saw was 8 gates and ran heals.
Rest in peace, Angel Beats.
Rest in peace, 8-gate Fate. Oh man, alright.
What are you guys talking about? Rewrite still plays 8 gates and still good.
Shut up, scrub.
Yeah, they have a 2/2
Still
change that's a 9,500 rate when their back row, shit like that.
Yeah, but it goes to
Hey, Dayton, remember that?
Yeah, but it goes to your clock, not to the waiting room, Greg.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Made that mistake.
Yep, I remember that.
I offered my pack for the win, but you're just nope.
No,
Don't worry,
Don't worry, I'll just play Naruto at level 2
Guys, hold up.
completely screw up your board state.
It's all over now. I got rid of the deck for the +2, so you don't have to worry about that anymore.
Alright, I'm gonna end this podcast. Thank you guys for watching.
Whatever.
Bye!
Bye, I love all of you. Thanks for watching. Mwah, mwah.